Okay, the recording has started. We are on air live. Dave, so tell us, how was your trip to Phoenix?
Well, it was great. We had a nice group. I think there were probably about 50 folks there, but they were really excited about the webinar today. And I know for them, being 3 hours behind us, many of them are probably going to join us on the replay. But they're excited to hear your messaging and learn about why marketing.
Excellent. Love that. We are excited also. It is a beautiful day out here, looking out over the water here in Florida. And we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. A lot of people are coming in right now. I can see the numbers. And I know that a lot of it was because the link was broken. So because the link was broken, we are going to give them a little bit more time. Okay. And yep, no, a lot of people coming in right now. Okay, so we sent out an email that landed just a few minutes ago because AWeber is broken. I mean, by the way, you can't even get through AWeber customer service because AWeber, being one of the biggest email providers in the world, is now completely down, and everybody is slamming them with phone calls. So.
Well, I think we're lucky our system's not down.
Are you at your office?
No,
we're lucky our system's not. And I'm glad that we reacted quickly enough to know, okay, this is what's going on, and therefore let's get a message out to everybody so that people can keep coming in. So, oh, Rutger's on the line. Hey, Rutger. So good to hear from you, man. We had lots of people coming in. And where it says Gary, it's actually Ridgely. Oh, man, we have lots of friends in here, Dave. There's tons of people in here, far out. And keep joining us.
Great.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to give this maybe 1 or 2 minutes extra, and then we're going to start right away, and people can always pick it up on the recording anyway. So, okay, chat is flying. People are talking inside the chat. All right. Ridgely is in Pensacola. Dave is in Ocala. Florida's all good. And where are you at the moment, Rutger? So where's Rutger? We have international people now, man. We're all over the world. So Rutger's calling in from outside Amsterdam in Holland. Awesome. I love that. So we're over in Europe, all across the United States, and I'm sure a few of our friends from Australia are on as well. I'm going to give it 1 more minute. Oh, yeah, people keep pouring in now. Okay. Excellent. All right. Dave, you got to get some light on your face, man. You're a little dark there,
It's getting suntan on the, well, I guess it's this half of my face here.
Okay. Excellent. Love that. All right. At the 1 more minute mark, we are beginning this officially. Oh, yeah, we got people coming in from everywhere. Awesome. Thanks for the groovy time slot for the Europeans. We just got a comment coming in here. Excellent. All systems go. Got excited for today's information. Thanks for doing this today. Ridgely, good morning to all from Nancy. Good morning to you, Nancy. Thanks for joining us. We are excited. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to turn off the chat because otherwise I'm going to get distracted, Dave, and not pay attention to what we're supposed to be doing. And by the way, there's also a questions box. So we can, anybody that has a question, we will get to those questions a little bit later, but please do feel free to type in the questions in the questions box. Okay. All right, we are going to get started. Dave, I'm going to do a little bit of an introduction on the why material for those people who know nothing about it. I realize that most people have at least seen a video. Perhaps they were at our presentation in Jacksonville, Florida a few weeks ago, or have been on webinars before. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop you for a minute just to go into some basic information for everybody so we have a little bit of a recap, and then I'm going to bring you back in just a little bit. Okay, Dave? Adios. Okay. Hi, everybody. Ridgely here. in Pensacola, Florida. Very excited about our Y Marketing program today. I'm also going to drop off the chat. Sorry, guys, but I get too distracted if there's any chat. If you have any questions, please use the question box. I will ask for volunteers if we have time after going through some of the material. And if you want to be on air, just let me know. We will pull you in. If you've never seen Watch It Too, very briefly before we get started, it's a very cool platform. It is in real. We can actually show videos, and I'm going to pull up a presentation to review the Y material very briefly. The key here, when it comes to marketing nowadays, as I'm sure most of you realize, is differentiate. We absolutely must differentiate ourselves to rise above the noise that is out there in the marketplace, which is tremendous, and to find a way to stand out when everybody is getting bombarded on a continuous basis by tons and tons of information and trying to figure out where do I go, whose services do I use, what products do I need, etc. And most of the time, people try to opt for some kind of a whiz-bang promotion. Let me give you more, let me give you that, let me give you the other thing, and don't realize that the most powerful marketing tool that each of us have is ourselves and what we believe. At the end of the day, we're all people, and we want to connect with like-minded people. We like people who are like us. We like people that we can resonate with, that we feel good about. And the key to differentiating yourself more than anything is to help understand what you stand for, what you believe, so that they can then make the choice of whether or not I fit. Let's remember a very key concept as we get started here. You don't want all clients or customers. Absolutely not. What you want is the right clients or the right customers, that get you, that feel great about you, that resonate with you, that believe what you believe, as a result of which they become loyal, ideal customers that are dedicated to, speaking well of you. They pay their bills on time. They're appreciative. They like your services, all those kinds of things, and that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to pull up some material here so we can take a look at this, and I'll have my little tiny head over on the one side, and that is way that way. There we go. Y Marketing, the ultimate advantage. Why is it the ultimate advantage? Because we're people, we're talking about people, and people relate to each other, people that they know. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how do we do that. Here's a happy brain. A happy brain is a brain that has clarity, that knows where it's going and knows, has a clear roadmap. Imagine if you're driving on the road, you're trying to get to a destination, and what you see in front of you is a twisty, curvy road full of potholes, branches are falling across it, you don't know what's coming next, as a result of which your brain is not happy. If you have a clear roadmap, the road is wide open, nice open lanes, it's well lit, you're traveling, you're going exactly where you want to go, the brain is happy. How do we do that? Well, we have to get used to the concept of neocortex versus the limbic brain. The limbic brain is our prehistoric brain, the brain that has been around since the beginning of our species, that basically is what controls our survival. So way back in the day of the caveman, if a dinosaur shows up, you have to run really fast, or else if it's freezing, you have to light a fire so that you can warm yourself. If you put your hand into the fire, then you got to pull it right out again or you get burned. All of that happens in the limbic brain. The limbic brain controls decision making, it controls feelings, and it controls emotions. That is the part of the brain that as marketers we need to speak to. If we speak to the neocortex, the more modern part of the brain, we are completely missing the boat when it comes to marketing, and that is what almost everybody does. The neocortex processes information and data, features and benefits. It controls language, systems. Obviously, it's very valuable. The only reason that we can communicate with each other right now is because of the neocortex. However, the neocortex does only that. Process data, information, features, benefits, systems, language. It makes no decisions. So if we're talking to the neocortex, which is what almost all marketing does, unfortunately we're going to get a very poor results because we're competing on features and benefits. What is the price? How much do I have? And this is what everybody does. About almost all marketing out there It's all about, we have the best this, we have the best that, we have the most experience, the comfortable staff, the friendly, convenient hours, we have this, we have that, we have the other thing, and that's what everybody else says. Compare that with messaging that speaks to the limbic brain, why you exist and why anybody should care. So, for example, let's just take a look at how the flow works when you're doing it right and what everybody else does. What the majority of marketing out there does is it starts with what people do. We do this, we make this other thing, we make these services, we create these services, we have these products, blah, 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 and it hardly ever gets to why. But here's the super important point to remember. People don't care what you do. They care why you do it. What do you believe? What is your gift? How are you bringing that unique gift to the world? And once you've expressed what you believe, then you can tell people how it is that you do what you do and how you bring that why, that gift to the world. And lastly, what it is that you do. What should be the last thing we talk about after we've already established why we do what we do and what we believe? What is our unique gift? It is the complete opposite. Most people have this turned upside down. They start with what, and they hardly ever even get to why, which is why the marketing absolutely doesn't work. Now let's take a look at a case where it does work. Okay, this is Kim Ju. And Kim Ju, let me just open this up so everybody can see this. It says, we believe that the words coming out of their website they talk about what they believe. So they say, we believe that you are uniquely beautiful, that you are a somebody, that you count, that you have a story to tell. We believe that we can make every day a masterpiece. We don't want to photograph every high school senior. We only want to photograph those seniors who believe what we believe. We believe that everyone is uniquely beautiful. You are one of a kind. There's only one you in the universe. It is our mission to portray what is uniquely beautiful or special about you. Now, who doesn't want to get their photograph done by these guys? Because they express what they believe, and as a result, they're the most successful company that does photography work in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They tell you what they believe, and as a result, people buy into the belief, and then they want to go to Kim Ju. They don't say, we take portraits, we do weddings, we do parties, we do that. They don't. They talk about what they believe first. So what's another example real quick of a company that does that fairly well? That would be Apple, the most successful company online today. That would be the iPad 3. If we were on Apple.com right now, and I were to click on that video, the first two words coming through to promote the iPad 3, the most successful product launch in the history of our planet, 3 million units in 3 days, calculate 3 million times $699 per unit or whatever, and you're talking several $billion. The first two words on the video that did that very promotion is, we believe. Go to apple.com right after this webinar, check it out yourself, and you will see the first two words are, we believe technology is at its very best when it's invisible. So they express what they believe first. Think about it. Everybody on this call, you're a business owner. This is so super critical. Here is my iPhone. I will not change from my iPhone. I'm talking to you through a Mac. I am a loyal, ideal customer. I don't complain about the price. I just pay the freight and say the iPhone is the coolest gadget in life ever. I don't understand how anybody can live without an iPhone. Why? Because Apple has told me what they believe, what they stand for. We believe in challenging the status quo. In this case, by creating technology that's at its best when it's invisible. I am a loyal client. You, for your business, want loyal clients. So you have to know what you believe. You have to know your why. Why do you exist, and why should we care? Now, just to give an example real quick, take a look at how clean this website is, because this is super important. There is basic navigation at the top. There is the option of clicking to watch the video, and there's some things that fall below the fold. That's all there is. There is nothing else on the site, nothing to distract you, nothing that you go and start reading about, no buttons to click on, nothing. It's either watch the video or go away. And that is exactly how we build our websites. This is a wellness club, and as you can see, there's a logo up, basic navigation, exactly the same way as Apple, and then there's a video, exactly the same way as Apple. Now, I'm not suggesting that we, as a small business, just like you are, should be comparing ourselves to Apple in terms of their success, or maybe I am suggesting that. Maybe I'm suggesting that copying Apple would be a really, really good idea, and that simplicity on your website is super important. Again, here is basic information, nav bar right there, and if you look back at Apple, you have nav bar up above and a video right here in the middle. Exactly the same. What if your website was that clear and it expressed what you believe so that you can attract so that you can attract the people that believe the same thing that you believe? Tom says, I looked and say we believe anywhere. No, it says it on the video, Tom. If you go and click on the iPad 3 video and watch the iPad 3 video, which was the thing that helped Apple sell 3 million units in 3 days, you will see that the first 2 words of that video are, we believe. And it goes from there. Okay, let's keep on going, and we're going to roll forward. We have a lot of information to cover here. What we have done is we have created a system, a technology, a way of helping you figure out your why. What is your why? Why do you exist? Why should you care? And I'm now going to demonstrate this system by bringing Dave back. We'll get back to some other tools that we have in just a minute and show you how this works. All right, let me find Dave. Bring him back online. I think Dave, oh man, we have so many people on the system right now. I'm going to have a hard time finding you. Oh, there you are, Dave. All right, bringing Dave back. Dave, how you?
I'm great, Rich.
Oh, the light's better now. Did you move your office around? Excellent. Yes. You looks like you moved around. You got more light. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to do this exercise together.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, don't go too far from your mic. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this exercise right now, and I'm going to demonstrate for everybody that's watching, and there's a ton of people on this phone call, literally from all over the world, how I do your why. After that, after we have your why established, and we've never done this, this is completely live, I don't know what your why is, we're then going to talk about how you express that why, and then when you bring that together in your marketing messaging, you're going to see how unbelievably strong it is. Okay?
Beautiful.
That work?
Yes,
Dave,
sir.
you ready? Hey,
yes.
Dave, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yep, now I can hear you. All right, let's go.
Okay.
I want you to tell me about something that happened in the last few weeks at work, related to your work, that made you feel successful.
We had the fantastic speakers tour that you were prominently positioned at. It was a wonderful event. We had the governor of Florida come speak at it, and you were on the stage with 4 other wonderful keynote speakers. So I'd say that was one of the highlights in the last few weeks.
Excellent. Now tell me, what about that made you feel successful?
The feedback we got from the audience was remarkable. Everyone said that they took pages and pages of notes. They walked away with rich content that's going to help them propel their business forward. It felt really good to be able to provide something like that to that many people, and looking forward to doing many other times.
So what about providing all that value to that many people made you feel successful?
Well, good question. I guess my limerick's working right now. I would say that watching people put that into action, having people, a week, 2 weeks after the event, talk about the impact that it's made on them, the results that they're seeing, there's a lot of personal fulfillment and gratitude that I feel as a result of receiving that feedback.
Great. So what about having all those people putting those things into action over the last couple of weeks was important to you?
Well, it's given us a lot of clarity and focus on our own business model. We also were students and took a lot of notes during the session. But it's we believe that businesses should be focused on learning, growing, professional development, strategic, purposeful, intentional about what they do, having fun while they're doing it. Those are all things that we've been, and I know that that was a vehicle
Hmm.
or a mechanism for us to occur.
Excellent. Now let's switch gears and tell me about something that happened to you regarding your family, your friends, anything outside of work in the last few weeks that made you feel successful.
I my son and daughter both got the results on the FCAT. So anyone who's outside of the state of Florida, that's a standardized test. They both scored perfect scores on the test
Wow.
and represented themselves very well. I'm very proud of them academically and as the little people that they are, they make me very proud.
And tell me what about them doing so well on the FCATs made you feel successful?
Well, I would say that it's a joint effort between my wife and I. She does most of the heavy lifting, but we really work hard and stress the importance of balance in their lives, making sure they have time to play and to be academic, and they have sports and other things that they do. But the fact that all the hard work that we put into them and their development yielded those results, that was a proud moment.
So I think it's very cool that that your wife participated, but I really want to know why it makes you feel successful. So you talk in terms of you yourself. What about them doing so well made you feel successful?
Well, clearly they have good genes.
But that's again talking
No,
about the wife, not you.
yeah, fair enough, touche. No, we basically, I'm proud. My sense of accomplishment was watching work that my wife and that I put into them yield those results. The why for me is just watching their growth and watching how well they're doing, and they're just well balanced little guys. So,
Well,
am I giving you
so
what you need?
so you feel successful when you contribute to a greater cause, when you make a difference in the lives of others.
Yes, sir.
I want to notice, I want everyone that's watching this right now to notice that he told me the same story twice. When you told me at work, you felt great when you saw that you made a difference to all those people that attended the event, and that for the last couple of weeks they've been coming up to you and saying how they've been implementing the things. And then you then told me that you feel great when you saw the success of your children because you'd made an impact and how that had changed their lives, etc. So that same story, it's the
Absolutely.
same story twice. Can you see that? So your why is
Yes.
contributing to a
Yes.
greater cause and making a difference. Now tell me how you, so for everybody that's out there, notice that what we did is we got Dave to tell us two stories, one about work, one about the home, and in each case, he told us the exact same story. Different players, but you told us how you felt successful in this case, and in that case, it was identical. You follow me?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
how we do a why. Now tell me how you bring that to life in your business. Tell me what you do to contribute to the lives of others through your business.
I'd say one of the major things that we do is help people realize their path that they need to be on. We're not a heavy-handed firm. We don't prescribe a lot of things that need to be done, but we really help people create and identify where they need to go, and then help just connect the dots. So being strategic, being purposeful, intentional about where they're going, just provide the mechanisms to help them get there and help them extract what they need to do to figure it out. So there are some really clear processes that need to be involved for people to look ahead and not fly by the seat of their pants. But I guess I fulfill my why and what I like to accomplish through providing those services.
Cool. So, and talk a little bit more about how you personally do that. You're using a lot of we's, but I'd like to know how you personally, I mean, you create, you're strategic, you're purposeful, you provide mechanisms to helpful. Talk a little bit more about how you purposely bring that why to life. How do you show others how you contribute?
Usually it's very, very personal one-on-one relationships with our clients, with my clients. I'm trying to stick with the me, not we. I work with helping people. I'm seeing a common theme here, Ridgely, but helping people identify it for themselves through some specific techniques, some tools and resources that we have readily available that I use on a daily basis. Also, staying abreast of trends myself.
Yep.
And what needs to be done. So providing content-rich, cutting-edge information to the clients. Those are the ways that I try to work on that one-on-one interaction with them.
Yep. Okay. So what I did while you were talking is I took a bunch of notes. Okay. And now what I want to show you, so here are my notes that I took while you were talking. So now that I know that your why is contributing to a greater cause, what if on your homepage website of your business it said, "Hi, I'm Dave Feckman, founder of Root Theory Advisors, and I believe in contributing to a greater cause. We really want to help others realize their own path, become strategic, be purposeful, and we provide mechanisms to help you identify tools and resources that really work. We would have personal one-on-one relationships, and I make it my business to stay abreast of all the trends, to provide content-rich information and data so that you can get the kind of purposeful business that was going to work for you." How does that sound?
That's brilliant. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, you did say it yourself. I just happen to be a facilitator in this particular case. But for everybody else that's out there watching, this is what is the most cutting edge in. You there? Sorry.
I just want to let everyone
does this make sense, Dave? In other words,
unscripted. So.
Well, we're pretty confident about this. This is what Apple is doing. This is what our clients are doing. This is what you want in your messaging. You want people to get you. You want them to say, "That Dave Feckman, he believes what I believe. He said exactly what I'm feeling. Therefore, he's a good fit for me." Or, "No, I don't resonate with him. Let me go somewhere else." At the end of the day, Dave, you don't want everybody as a client. You only want the people who believe what you believe. Then you have an incredible business based on loyal clients. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So what happens here is we have a series of tools that we use. We have a why worksheet. That why worksheet, by the way, basically it says on the why worksheet, tell me about something that happened at work that made you feel successful. And on the second page, tell me about something at home that made you feel successful, and goes a little bit deeper. So we drill to find the stories. And then what we can do inside a company is we create a why matrix. So let's suppose it's Dave's why is to contribute to a greater cause. Well, you probably have someone on your team that wants to find a better way. You have somebody on your team that builds relationships based upon trust. Wouldn't it be amazing if you knew the why of every single person that's on your team? What is their unique contribution? What is their unique gift? And how they bring it to life inside your business. Can you see how powerful that is?
Absolutely.
And so then we can take it even further. So we got your why, which we just did right there. Put the why right there. Then we create, how do you bring that why to life? which is what we did with the sheet of paper when I was taking notes while you were going through the process. And then we can do that with an entire team. Here's Dave, here's your why, here's how you bring it to life, and here's what you do. Now you have a matrix of everything that everybody in your office does, and you can figure out what your messaging needs to be. If you were to go back and watch this video of the iPad, you'll see that it starts out, we believe that technology is at its best when it's invisible, and I encourage everybody to go watch it, and then it brings in all kinds of viewpoints of what some of the people believe. So by the time you've watched the video, you're either a believer in the iPad or you're not, one way or the other. And if you are, and you go out and buy one, then you become like me. You could not pay me $10,000 to switch from my iPhone to a Droid. Now, I probably do have a price. I mean, let's be real. If you said, hey, I'll give you $100,000 to switch, would you switch to a Droid? I probably would say, yes, okay, I'll switch. Here's the thing. I would feel bad about it. In other words, even though I'd take the money because I'm a capitalist, I would feel bad because Apple created a loyal customer. They worked with me because they told me what they believe. And if you go to the video, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So what we did is we created this series of tools, and these tools are designed to help anybody to figure out their own why, then to figure out the why of their team, to figure out how they express their why, and to figure out how it all links together. We even have the descriptions of the most common whys. We think that there are 9 very, very common ones, and we really don't know of any other, but at the end of the day, they're all there for people to take a look at. So now let's try something different. I wonder if there's anybody else on the line that would like to actually come on board with us and have their why done. If so, request to come on air, and I'm going to click through because unfortunately I can only see 5 people at a time, and there's dozens of pages of people, and I'll see if I can find somebody who actually wants to try this as well. So if you want to try, request coming on air, and I'm going to go through this. Yep, you would obviously have to have a camera and a microphone. And you can, hey Dave, you can yell at Carol and see if she wants to come. All right, anybody want to try this? If you do, please go to the spot and request. She said, no way, I'm not doing this in front of all these people. Well, yeah, of course, after I built it up and told her that there are people literally around the world that are watching this. Okay, I'm not sure how I do this. All right, there's a participant. All right. I think you have to, if anybody wants to come on air, just click on the on air button. Otherwise, and then I'll bring you on because there's a lot of people here, but I don't really know exactly how to do this. All right. This is, by the way, Dave, I usually have my one of our tech guys run this thing, but I thought I would try to run it myself, and I'm not sure if it's working or not. Do you have any questions, Dave, before we go any further?
Well, I didn't know where that was going to lead to, but I really like it. I think that the natural process of it, with the unscriptedness of it, really helps drive the point and helps with the process. So I was wanting to prepare because I'm a planner by nature, but I like the way that it flowed. And for anyone who's reluctant right now because they're worried about saying the wrong thing, it's very natural, and you help extract what I needed to, what I was thinking in a logical way. So thank you for that.
Well, and the whole idea is, again, if we go back to the premise that we're not speaking to the neocortex, we're speaking to the limbic brain, then obviously there's not any, you can't really plan for it. You just have to be authentic. And the reason why this is so important is, again, we're talking about how do we differentiate ourselves in the marketplace from all of that noise. Somebody goes to search for anything online, wherever you have your business, and what they're going to see is that there's a million listings. And you go and you check out, the first page of Google has 10, and the next page has another 10, and so on. And you start clicking to those websites, and all they do is talk about what that company does. They don't talk about why they do it. They don't talk about what they believe, and so they don't give the person viewing the website an opportunity to connect and relate. And that's what we want. So for those people who are really want to be on the cutting edge of marketing, you've got to do that. You've got to be the person that says, hey, you know what? I want to tell people what I believe. I need to know my why. If I know my why, I can express it, how I express what I do, just like we did. We just did the work, and then we just talked it up, and it was that simple. Very straightforward, completely unscripted. I wanted it to be completely real for everybody on the line so that you can see anybody can do this, and it's the ultimate market edge. It's one of those situations where it's like, wait a second. I want an edge for my business. I'm clear that I want an edge for my business. I'm trying to think outside the box when actually all I have to do is understand who I am, what I stand for, and communicate that. And therefore, there's going to be a series of people who get it. I want a guy like Dave who believes in me making my own choices in one-on-one relationships and identifying tools. I'm looking at my notes here. And helping others realize their own path. That's a guy I can relate to. He's my kind of people. And that's what you want. When you attract those kind of people to your business, you have an unbelievable business. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It looks like you have a taker originally. Angie wants to interact with you. Can you loop her in?
Yeah, let me find her real quick. I have so many people. Where's Angie? All right, Angie. All right, how do I do this? All right, Angie, I see you. Let me bring in Angie. How do I do this? All right. Hide this second. Hide that. No, don't go there. Technology is great if I could do this. Oh, look at that. All right, Angie, I see you, but you got to turn your video and your audio on. See if that works. Can you hear us? All right, I see Angie. Do you see her on the screen there, Dave?
Angie. No, I don't see Angie, but it's on the upper right-hand corner. There's a little camera and microphone. You have to click on the on button.
Yeah, I've got her in, but I've got to get Angie. You've got to click on the on buttons on your audio for us to be able to hear and interact with you. And in the meantime, I'm just going to surf around. Okay, see if we can get her to come on.
Actually, one of the things that I delivered a speech yesterday out in Phoenix, Arizona, and we talked about personalizing your messaging and talking directly to your audience. And one of the great ways to do that is through video. If you can't be there in person or have an audio track on your website, any thoughts on that? While we're waiting for Angie.
Yeah. How about this? If you don't have a video, you're behind, and if you do have a video, you're on the cutting edge. And if you express your why through your video, you're so far light years ahead of everybody in your competition that you will completely dominate your market space. But I don't really feel strongly about this.
All right. Obviously.
In other words, it's everything. Video is the way that you can be authentic. People can see you and get you and understand. So if you're not using video marketing right now on your website to express what you believe, you're not taking advantage of the ultimate differentiator. There is no better way to differentiate yourself in the marketplace than to be able to share who you authentically are and what you stand for by talking about your why. Why do you exist? Why should people care? If you go to any of our clients' websites, that's what you're going to hear. For example, we were in Jacksonville. We have an attorney in Jacksonville. Her name is Heather Quick, and her law firm does family law. So if you look at most family lawyers, their law firms, their advertising says something like this. We do family law, we do divorces, we do custody cases, we have 30 years of experience, we've done 3,000 cases, we've been highly successful, etc. It's all about what they do. Boring, nobody cares. That's what everybody else says. Instead, if you go to JacksonvilleBeachLawyer.com, you will see Heather, and she talks about, we believe in relationships that are based upon trust. We want to get to know you. You're going to get to know us before we do any business together. And once we establish that relationship, there's a right fit, then we'd love to talk to you about coming in to see us. And as a result of that, Heather Quick is scrambling to find associates, is so buried in work, she can't stand it. She has so many new clients, and she's barely able to keep up with the load because she's the only person in Jacksonville who is talking about what she believes as opposed to what she does. And that's what everybody's got to do. And how do you do that? In a video. You express your why through a video on your homepage. And I don't care if you build swimming pools, if you're an attorney, a periodontist, a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a construction person. You need to tell people what you stand for. And by telling them what you stand for, then you're going to get to them. They're going to feel you. They're going to find out if they're the right fit, and they're going to come to you, and you're absolutely to dominate your marketplace just like Apple does. Not trying to be funny, but Apple only has 3% of the global market share, and yet the stock is worth more than ExxonMobil. That's ridiculous. Wall Street thinks it's because they build cool computers. They're so wrong. They express what they believe. That's why they're so super successful. Anyway, we cannot seem to get Angie's equipment to work. If somebody else wants to jump on, we would love to give that a try. Anybody? And if you have any questions, please do type them into the to the chat. I had a question here from Kevin saying, "How do you feel if your ad beliefs are political, a strongly Democratic or strongly Republican?" I don't have a direct answer to that because at the end of the day, Democratic and Republican is an analytical neocortex functionality. The belief system, the why of why you exist, what you stand for, goes all the way back to the time when you were a small child and you survived in one way or another. You survived with the attaboys and you wanted more of those, and therefore you directed your behavior in this particular way. You survived in an environment of some kind that made you want to contribute to a greater cause, like Dave did. You had to make sense out of a complex, difficult situation as a child to survive. I was in a very, very difficult situation with my stepfather, as a result of which my why is to take complex things and make them simple. So whether you're Democratic or Republican really doesn't matter. It's much more about talking about what you stand for, why you exist, and why the rest of the world should care. So I think that's a sort of more the appropriate answer to that question. Now, I know there's probably a lot of people, and I want to honor time, and we're going to try to find some more people to do some whys here in just a second. But I do want to let everybody know of a couple of things that are happening that can support this process in a really big way. Because obviously, if you've been watching this and the information makes sense, you probably want to know, how do I find out more about this particular technology, how to be on the cutting edge? If you like the idea that you could be as successful in your market as Apple is in computers with your business, then yeah, you might want to know a little bit more. And so I'm going to give you some information on how to do that right now. If you go to one of the, I put it up there twice, go figure. You go to ymarketing.com/special. What will happen is you will see two options that are available, one for people who are in Florida and one for people who are not in Florida. What's happening is the following. There is a Y Marketing program online, and there's a Y Marketing workshop that's happening on June 20th in just a couple of weeks in Ocala, Florida. If you can make it to the Y workshop, that is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be Y work in the morning, where literally you're going to find out your why, you're going to find out how you express your why, you're going to find out the messaging that you use, you're going to be able to walk away with a blueprint on how to create a marketing program for your business that is completely different than what everybody else out there is doing. And then in the afternoon, you'll have a chance to do strategic planning with Dave and Dave's team, who are going to be there to really do all the things that Dave talked about when he was doing his why. So that's June 20th, all day in Ocala, Florida, at Rasmussen College. So if you can make that live event, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And if you can't make the live event, no problem. We also have an online program, the Y Marketing program online. Both of these programs you can access. Go to ymarketingprogram.com/special. and click on which is more appropriate for you. If you can't make June 20th in Ocala, definitely join us for the Y Marketing program online. And I just want to point out that we are so super confident about how successful these programs are going to be and what a huge difference that they can make for your business, that we offer a 100% unconditional money-back guarantee, no questions asked whatsoever, for you to make a decision as to whether or not these work. So much so that if you show up at the workshop and go through the entire morning with me and don't feel like it was worth the extraordinarily low price of under $200 to attend the event, then at lunchtime I will issue you a refund in full, and you can keep all of the tools, no problem, no harm, no foul. So, and the same thing happens with the online marketing program. If you can't make it to the event, then no problem at all. What we will do is we will issue you a 100% refund after 3 days, and you get to keep all of the materials, as many of them as you want. So that is that. Just before we continue on, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew. Go to ymarketing.com, program.com/special. Click which one appeals to you. And Dave, what do you think, man? You think we're going to have some fun on June 20th and be able to help some people with their whys and marketing programs, and also with their strategic planning?
It was really exciting. We got a lot of feedback after the tour. You were so celebrated, and people were so excited about your presentation. Melissa was affectionately calling you the Pied Piper, because everywhere you went, there were people that were waiting and waiting and waiting to spend time with you. So this workshop we're excited about, because we don't often get to help people out one-on-one with developing their strategy. We usually work with businesses and their entire teams on that. So we're going to provide resources and tools. It's going to be very pointed, and everyone who attends it are going to walk away with 3 strong, specific priorities to their organization or to their business that will help them translate their why marketing into business, connecting the dots from what you taught them in the morning and what we're going to work with them in the afternoon, and then also working with them on just their overall directional plan for business. So we're excited about it. We're launching it in Ocala too, which there was a lot of feedback from people who were and weren't able to attend the tour that, hey, they really want to see some stuff here in Central Florida. So we're excited about it. And the folks that register online for the other program, or if you're listening to the webinar from anywhere else in the world, in Amsterdam or wherever you're at, we'd love to bring the workshop there too.
We're also very excited about the program. The thing that is super exciting to me is that we know, if you know what your why is, and you're able to express what you believe, and you have a plan, the chances of your being successful in the marketplace are so infinitely greater than everybody else out there that is basically telling people what they do all day long. We do this, we sell this, we build that, we have the other thing. It's always the same. And the process, what I guarantee people is, if you show up for the live event, you're going to walk out with that information, that knowledge to how to differentiate yourself from everybody. If you can't make the live event and you go through the 10-week program with us as a marketing program, you're going to get that information also. You're going to have a complete blueprint. And I'm going to make a big, bold statement, Dave, and I sometimes get in trouble for my big, bold statements, but I'm definitely going to make it anyway. Marketers out there don't get it. They don't get it. They're creating flash promotions. How can if you sign up for my credit card, I'm going to give you 50,000 extra points. I'm going to do this. They're always trying to raise the bar by giving more, by claiming that they're better than, because they're giving more than the next guy and more than the next guy. And so what they're doing is, not only are they competing on price and convenience, they are setting themselves up to fail the next time, because as soon as somebody sees that this guy over here is giving more than they are, they're going to go over there. Does that make sense? They don't get it. They just don't get. They're missing the boat, as opposed to saying, if you believe what I believe, we are a fit for each other, you're going to take care of me, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to value you as my consultant, as my business owner, as my lawyer, as my accountant, as my whatever. I'm going to refer people to you because you are my kind of people. When I say to you, Dave, I really like, what I'm really saying is, Dave, I'm really a lot like you.
Yep, absolutely. I get it.
So
I get it.
let me see if there's any more questions that are coming in.
The one other thing I was thinking of.
Go ahead. So
I was going to say, as you're scanning for questions.
Go ahead, Dave.
Connectivity problem here, probably on my end, but we're one of the things that we hear often is either with success or when times are slow that people are putting out fires all the time, that they are stuck in the very tactical state of being. And I think with your now marketing or your why marketing, I'm sorry, you're going to see an increase in business for sure and interest in the company. And then, from the workshop, the second half of the day, it's going to be around an execution piece. How in the world are we going to handle this focus, this new relational aspect of my business, and how do I look ahead instead of just being tactical on a day-to-day basis and putting out fires all day long? So I think it's a brilliant combination, and look forward to talking about it.
Well, I know it's a brilliant combination. We, if you think about this, the world out there, all of us, we yearn for that human, personal connection with the people we do business with. It's all fine and good to Skype people and email people, but at the end of the day, you like shaking hands, getting a hug, and getting with the people that you relate to, that feel right. We're so used to the other way around. Somehow that just doesn't quite feel right to me. Somehow I don't quite relate to that. That we're all used to. Everybody's used to that concept. What about the other way around? That does feel right. I want to do business with those people. They get who I am. I resonate with them. Well, the only way that's possible is if you, the business owner, A, know what you stand for, and B, are able to communicate that to the marketplace. It's not up to the marketplace to figure that out. We have to know our why. Why do I exist? Why should you, the market, care? And then we have to communicate that to the marketplace. It's not their problem. It's our problem. And most marketing out there doesn't understand this, doesn't do it, and as a result fails. And people are just constantly competing on price and convenience, and they get nowhere. As opposed to tell people what you stand for, let them then make the choice if they're the right fit. And then you have an unbelievable business with great people that appreciate you, respect you, pay you on time, refer their friends. I mean, that's how you have a great business, not by saying we're bigger, better, bestest. Nobody believes it anyway because everybody says that.
Yep. Originally, we have a couple of questions. Somebody, Keith asked if there's student discounts. I would say, Keith, email us offline. We only have 66 seats for the workshop. I don't know for the webinar program. I'm doubtful on that, but for the workshop, email us offline. And Angie asked, workshop for business owners, and what about bringing team members? I'd say the more the merrier, because the more of the folks that on the team that understand their why marketing and also are tied into the strategic direction, they're going to see more value out of it as an organization.
Let me go even further. Angie, I charge anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 to go into corporations, sit down with team management, do the why of the top senior management of a corporation, anywhere from 5 to 10 people, and how they express it, and create the very why matrix that you will get if you show up at this workshop. So bringing team members, not only is it super smart, it's a genius idea. I would recommend that for anybody. Bring as many as you can that are senior members of your management so that you know all of their whys, you know all their unique gifts, how they express it. Let me just give an example here because I think this would be really relevant. My partner, Dr. Gary Sanchez, who is the R&D guru of our why marketing. He's just amazing at his why is to find a better way. So he's always improving on what we do, always. I mean, by the way, to the point where he's been sending me private chats as to how I could be doing better on this call. So, and he's great. He's absolutely great at it. At his office, there are 9 people that work there. And because he's done everybody's why, and they've built a why, how, what matrix, just like we'll be doing at the workshop, everybody knows what everybody's unique gift is and how they work together. It's so empowering. There's a woman there named Kelly. Dr. Gary Sanchez is a dentist. There's a woman named Kelly. She's a dental hygienist. Before she knew her why, she was totally shy, reserved, hidden, never wanted to confront, wouldn't say anything. And her why was to contribute to a greater cause, to help other people. The way she does that, her how, safe and comfortable environment in which people can feel at ease when they're getting their teeth worked on and their teeth cleaned. When she found out that that's her why, it was so empowering to her. Now she's so happy to come to work. She's vibrant. She's dynamic. And let me tell you how good at it she is. She's so good at making people feel comfortable. Her hygiene chair with sharp objects inside her face. It just doesn't get any better than that. So, Angie, I would highly encourage you to bring as many of your senior team members as you possibly can. We had a question that came in from Europe saying, I really desire to start my own business. My struggle is exactly that, describing my why to myself and therefore to others. Okay, so not to be funny, but that's exactly why we have our webs. If you're in Europe, you probably need for the Why Marketing program online. But I guarantee you that through the process, going through the Why Marketing program, you will absolutely not only know your why, you'll know how you express your why, you know how that messaging works, you'll know how to write a homepage video script for your video, you'll know how to shoot the video, and you'll know how to implement it in your business. So I think, yes, that would probably be a really good thing to do to show up. A lot more chats over here. Oh, spot on, Ridgely, so true. Excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We have about 3 minutes. Dave, anything that we didn't cover that you think is important?
No, I think first of all it was very helpful for me. I'm glad that you chose me to do the why. That again was unscripted, but I appreciate that, and I believe in it. I really do. I think that one of the missing links on our web, we realized one thing. The website never helped us sell one service or anything. We've had it up since 2009. And the reason being is it was more of just a reinforcer. People would go there and go, okay, they're a real company and they offer services, but there was no connectivity with our audience. And we've known that for years, and we didn't know how to get past that. So I'm personally very grateful and thankful for the call today.
Well, Dave, it's a pleasure. I'm very excited about coming to Central Florida in just a couple of weeks on June 20th. Again, go to whymarketingprogram.com/special to see the 2 options of going to the workshop or taking the online program. By the way, each of those contain another video for you to watch. So even if you make either of them, it's still worth watching the video to learn a little bit more about the why process. I want to thank you, Dave, for taking the time. Oh, I got one more question just came in. Ridgely, can you offer some feedback on effective ways to grab the attention instantly of the reticular activating system to open the door to explain the why? That is a great question. I love that. All right, Jared, thank you, brother. I appreciate that a lot. Absolutely, I can. First of all, the reticular activating system is that part of you that once you're keyed into something that you need, gets activated. So, for example, consider that you're driving through a parking and you need a parking space. Because you need a parking space, you're going to notice the puff of smoke out of the exhaust pipe. You're going to notice somebody else jingling their keys. You're going to notice the tail lights going on from a car. If you were not looking for a parking space and you did not have your reticular activating system on fire at that moment, you wouldn't notice any of those things. So what is the way to effectively grab someone instantly and do the why? It is to use video without a doubt. I recommend most of our clients have their video on autoplay so that when you land on one of their websites, they actually instantly start a video playing that gives you two options. A, watch the video. B, go away. And either of those are okay. We're not looking for everybody. Remember, you're only looking for the right clients. At our company, we picture a world where successful businesses attract ideal, loyal clients. And that's everything that we do with our marketing is to attract ideal, loyal clients because we think that's going to create a better world. So you want the video to start. And here's the second mistake that people make with their video. They don't start with their why. People want to know what you stand for and what you believe. And again, Jared, remember, we're not looking for everybody. We're looking for the people who believe what we believe. So, for example, if your why were the same as mine, my why is to take complex things and make sense out of them, and you were to land on a page and a video started playing and said, "Hi, I'm Ridgely Goldsboro, and I believe in taking complicated things and making sense out of them for the betterment of everybody else," you would go, "Oh my God, it's my guy," instantly. It would be like, boom, you connect with me completely because of a shared belief system. So if you can recognize that you're not looking for everybody, you're only looking for the right clients, Jared, then the best way to instantly trigger a reaction is to use video and to express your why immediately, right out of the gate, and then share with them what you stand for, what services you have, after you've already went ding, 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 ding. Then, so that's a great question. Thank you very much for the question, Jared. Hopefully we'll have a chance to see you either online or in person. All right, I know we're starting to run over here, Dave, so we're going to wrap this up. Another question came in, is there a link to access this video's recording? There will be as soon as we process the video. Patrick, I actually have no idea how to do that, but my team does. It has been recorded, and we're going to send it around to everyone because we know a lot of people registered and couldn't make this exact time, and we also had the technical difficulty because of AWeber. So again, I want to thank everyone for taking time from your valuable schedules. All of us, we're business owners, by the way. One of the questions that comes up for me is, okay, Ridgely, you charge an enormous amount of money to travel around to other people. Why are these workshop and this online program so inexpensive? And I wanted to share, as I did in Jacksonville, that I have two motivations, one of them altruistic and one of them not at all, so I can be transparent with everybody. The altruistic one is we, my company, Dave's company, we are all small businesses. And I believe in small business. I believe that small business is the only solution to the problems that we have for our economy and for the world. I believe that small businesses create the new jobs that we're all looking for. I get so excited when we hire another person. So that's my altruistic reason. We want to make the program as accessible as possible because we want to help small businesses. And my second reason is we also believe that the best client that we have is an educated client. So not only are they an ideal, loyal client, but they're also educated, and as a result of which, many people that go through our workshop or go through our online program find themselves saying, you know what, I get it, we could definitely do that ourselves, but frankly, we're a very busy business owner, and I want you to do it for us. At that point, you become an educated, great client for us. We look forward to helping, to help you with your business in any way possible. That's why we keep these programs so inexpensive. We want to make sure that as many people as possible can participate, and I invite you to go to the link at the top of this video here, ymarketingprogram.com/special, and choose what's right for you. Once again, I thank you for joining us today. I hope that you can help me in creating a world where successful businesses attract ideal, loyal clients. Have a fantastic couple of weeks, and I hope to see you in Ocala or online. Thank you very much. This is Ridgely Goldsboro signing off for now.